Hello? Yeah, okay, you can hear me. We're good. Hello everybody. So I'm very happy to be here with you today. It's been a crazy, crazy week. I will try and keep throat clearing and, you know, snuffling and stuff down to a minimum, and I will try and drink my tea quietly. If my throat, because I've been talking all morning, I finished recording today. So if my throat gets super dry and I start like choking, I might have to cut it short. I actually started choking while I was recording. Thankfully, I made a good recovery and I was able to edit that part out immediately. So, no, I'm not going to snort away. Oh, but I'm happy to be here today, you guys. Yeah, it's just a very mild sinus infection. Like, it wasn't even a bad one. It wasn't even a cold. Today I've been sneezing quite a bit though, but that's usually kind of an indication that I'm on the downhill side of it. So I'm hoping tomorrow I feel 100%. So yeah, so I got sick and then I wasn't able to work very much for a couple of days. And then, what is today? Sunday? Yesterday I was stressed out. I was like, I'm not even going to have a video for next week. I don't know what to do. And then all of a sudden I was like, all right, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it. So I just did it without any real, practice or very much thought. And I don't think it turned out too bad. I wish I would have had a little bit more time to work on it because I do feel like I rushed part of it. But I will show you that in a little bit. So I have our video set up today so we can watch part of the video. I don't think that we need to watch all 3 hours of it. My throat also believes we do not need to watch all 3 hours of it. We can maybe watch, the first little bit until we kind of cover all of the steps, like the highlights and the shadows. And then I am also set up for demos. So this is the canvas that I prepped like weeks ago that we have never used, and I'm just going to keep it here until we use it for demos. So yeah, while I'm not dead, then I'm all yours. When I die, I'll sign off and we'll be done for the day. There's a raven on my palette. Oh my gosh, it does look like that, doesn't it? How funny. I didn't even notice that. I love it when things like that happen. Well, hello everyone that came in while I was ranting and raving. Okay, shall we get started? I think we should get started. Yell at me if you need anything. You guys know, I'll answer your questions. We can stop and do demos at any time. So here we go. Also, let me know how the audio is between my voice and my voice. I guess maybe I should put my headphones on so I can hear what's going on. And it'll hide my frizzy hair. I was in a hurry today, so I didn't use my rinse on my hair, so my hair always gets fuzzy after I wash it without putting a rinse on it. So anybody who has done this painting or is in the process of doing it, have you used a different size? I know several of you were planning on using different sizes. The CBF? What's a CBF look? I'm not sure what that is. $8 by $10? Awesome. 20 by 24. Wow, Tan. Girlfriend, and that took you 2 days? Man, my 12 by 16 took me 3 days. Yours is, what's frozen, Lisa? Failed at the 20 by 20. Hello, Letha and Cindy. And who else did I miss? Gretchen. I'm really glad that you guys like this. I started working on, remember I said that I would probably do, hello Janice. I said that I would do like a purple one and maybe post like a time lapse or a photo or something to everyone else, but I would give it to you guys and give you a little bit more instruction. Yeah, I started working on that and then, you know, the disease hit me. Yeah, the drawing part it's not the best part, but I mean, honestly though, tracing, how would we trace this, guys? My printer doesn't print out 12 by 16, does yours? And I don't want to print out 85 sheets and try and piece them together up on the, and then it gets all off or you trace one in the wrong place, and that's a nightmare. So I would rather just grid it. Oh no, the white watercolor pencil didn't come off. This chalk pencil actually wasn't bad. It worked out really well on this. I was a little nervous using that white. Lee. You don't have to tell me sorry for tracing it, but I am interested. What was the issue? What are the issues that you guys are having with gridding? Tell me about that. Welcome, Sue. Oh, you had a problem with the chalk pencil, Barbara. Wow, that's what this is. It's the general chalk pencil. Oh, you use Excel, Letha. I mean, I don't know. It takes longer, but for me, gridding is, I don't think it's any harder than tracing. It takes a little longer, but I feel like I have a little bit more control over what the lines look like. I've had issues tracing before where I'm like, well, that line looks stupid. That's pretty much not what it looked like when it was on the paper, but whatever. But you know, everybody has their preferences. Some of you will always prefer tracing. Some of you will always prefer freehanding. Some of you will always prefer gridding, you know? And it's really hard on my end to, well, it has in the past, to try and, you know, I've done in the past where I like draw it, but then I also give you a tracing thing or, you know, whatever. But I mean, I have to accept that I only have so much time in a day, so I have to do it what's the way that's easiest for me, or, you know, that makes the most sense for me. I feel like you guys have a good grasp on tracing. There's lots of other teachers who do lots of tracing, so you don't need me covering tracing too. So I feel like if you guys have a good grasp on tracing and that's what you're comfortable with, go for it. It's not cheating. You don't have to tell me you're sorry. Oh, Gretchen, I actually understand that. Ugh, Janice. You know how I feel about that word. That's a dirty word. Yeah, Pat, I think Gwen said the same thing, and I considered doing that with this one, but ultimately I was like, oh, just get this part done and move on with the video. But this one was quite a little bit more work to grid. My Mona Lisa that I'm working on was even worse to grid. Those of you who haven't seen it, I'll show you in a little bit. You will beg me to never grid anything like that in a video, and I will promise you, I'll promise that we won't. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, 10, it can be really hard. That's why I did these, you know, 1 square at a time, starting at the top and going down like that. It was easier to keep it straight like that, but yeah, the first time I gridded this, I started in the middle, and pretty soon I was like, ah! That didn't work out for me. Yeah, so once you start painting, when you're looking at the reference photo and your lines, even if you're looking at your lines and they don't make sense, once you start comparing it to the reference photo and you're painting, for the most part, it starts to make more sense. Oh, I'm so behind on chat, you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Oh, no, I think I caught up. Okay, I think I'm caught up. So what areas on this painting, aside from the gridding, what things in this painting were the most challenging to you guys? Tell me what did you struggle with? And did anyone do it in different colors? I've seen a few. I haven't seen too many because I haven't been around, but all the ones that I've seen have been red. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. That's one of the reasons that I'm trying to tell you when I've stopped for the day, you know, because I really hate hearing, I'm a slow painter. This took me so many days. You know, I really hate hearing that, because that's kind of a way of putting yourself down. Be like, oh, I'm a slow painter. It takes me too long. Don't put yourself down. There's no reason to put yourself down. You know, it doesn't matter how long it takes you. So I want to show you that, yeah, sometimes it takes me a few days to do it too. I really only have the attention span to paint for about an hour at a time. And then I have to take a break. And then, excuse me, sometimes I can go back to it and paint for another 30 minutes. But really, that's about all the like actual painting I can do. I can work on like developing and experimenting, and you know, I can paint for a solid 8 hours. But when I'm actually working on a painting that I want to turn out properly, I can really only give it about an hour at a time, and then I have to stop. So chances are a lot of the videos that you've seen in the past have taken me more than 1 day to do, but I just didn't tell you about it. Oh, no. I understand that, Stella. Ooh, Pat, that sounds really beautiful. Like a thin glaze with some matte or gloss medium. Eileen, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. There have been so many times where I'm like, all right, I'm just going to run through this painting one time and then make sure I'm good, and then I'll record it. And then I run through it and I'm like, this is incredible. And then I record it. I'm like, this is junk. So I've started now a lot lately. Like this rose, next week's painting, the Buddha. I mean, a lot of them, I'm like, I have a fairly good idea of how I want to do this, but I'm just going to record it now because if it turns out great, I'm going to kick myself if I don't. So a lot of times lately, you've been seeing the first go. Good, Barbara. Exactly, Pat. Good, Gretchen. Guys, I love that. Yeah, taking your time, you guys. I mean, I don't know how much I harped on it in this video about taking your time and, you know, letting it take as many days or whatever as you need it to. And then within a couple hours after we did the video, I started seeing the roses. And like one person was like, I hate it. And I'm like, we finished the video like 2 hours ago. Of course you hate it. You didn't take time. Do it again. 3 days minimum. Oh, Sue, that's so lovely to hear. Right, Lisa? I told you. Those CADs in heavy body, perfection. They are the only heavy bodies that I will refuse to use in basics from now on. I will not use all the other colors. If I have it in basics or whatever, that's fine. But the CADs, no. Mr. Moon is going to walk through the room screaming. I apologize. Oh no, Gretchen. Sorry, guys. He's on one. And he's just like sitting in the doorway looking around the house, like screaming at the top of his lungs. You wash your hair with beer? Oh, I guess I've heard of that. Exactly another reason why I'm trying to tell myself that next week's video is okay, Eileen. It's not going to be 3 hours. It might be 2.5. I'm really hoping. I'm nowhere near done editing it yet. I'm hoping I can get it down, you know, closer to 2, but I don't think that's going to happen. Not without some time lapse. And then I'm not using time lapse anymore, so. Oh no, Janice, I'm sorry. Oh, he left. Good. It's because Olaf's not home right now. Whenever Daddy goes bye-bye in the car, Olaf has to go with him. So Mr. Moon is home alone with me now, and he's not happy about that. He doesn't have Olaf that he can follow around the house. Oh, Olaf's home. Now Mr. Moon can shut up. Actually, he'll just follow him around the house and scream at him. Olaf's doing good. Yeah, you can, I mean, you can see where his, we call it his Frankenstein, where his stitches were, and of course his hair is still all shaved and everything, but yeah, he got his stitches out, and you can just see like a little pink line. It's not swollen, or, yeah, he's doing really good. Yep. Sleeping in the office, that's how you get in trouble. Frankenscar, exactly. I told him he looks tough now. None of the other neighborhood dogs will mess with him. Except he's just a big sweetie, so he's not scary at all. He's a cutie. So really the only thing that we had a hard time with on this painting was the gridding. So the painting part wasn't difficult. Nobody struggled with any of the painting or the concepts in that. Because I've gotten several comments on YouTube, this is not for beginners. I'm like, how do you know? Did you do it? Oh yeah, Lee. That's Olaf, exactly. Good. Yeah, I mean, usually, you know, by now, by the time we get together, I've heard things that people have had a hard time with. And, you know, the concepts that we cover painting-wise in here, the same concepts we do in other ones. I think it really does boil down to patience, giving yourself time. If you try and rush through it, it's going to be bad. You're going to hate it. But if you give yourself time, you can enjoy it. Yeah, Gretchen, once you get the handle, oh my gosh, you guys. Once you get the handle on that and you just know, I can see the quinacridone, but I know that when it dries I won't, then you'll be able to know that that's the thing and just ignore it. Same thing with the deep violet. You know, I know that when I put the deep violet on at first in the black area, it was like purple. But when it dried, it was like black, but not like a dead flat black. Yeah, Michelle, you definitely, and I think that's part of the value of doing the underpainting on each individual petal like this, is to solidify in your mind where everything is. Yeah, Hengel. Trademark. Hello, Cheryl. Oh, I have a new trademark in next week's video. I can't remember what it is. It's a weird one. No, Jennifer, you know what? I've heard people say that, and I don't understand that at all. I've never experienced matte medium getting sticky. The only thing I can think... The only time I've ever had anyone tell me they had matte medium get sticky when I understood why was because they were using the gel and not the fluid. So I'm assuming you're using the fluid, but are you using the gel? Hello, Debbie. You guys, that is the weirdest thing in the world to me. I've never experienced matte medium being anything but like silky smooth. Even I'll let it dry on my plate sometimes, so there's still a little bit, but it's all dry and thick, and it's not sticky or gummy. So I don't understand that. And you're all using the Liquitex matte medium, right? It's not the ultra matte medium. And we're not going to use this brush for the whole thing. And if at any time you feel like it's just too... Ugh, I was hoping I wouldn't sneeze while we were doing this. Oh, see, and I think slow dry blending medium is super sticky. Deb, it's super dry here too. When it gets to like 30% humidity, we die. It's usually in the teens here, unless we're having a storm. It's dry, dry, dry here. That is so weird, you guys. I wonder if it's like if you got a bad batch or something. Because I have never experienced that at all. Yeah, glazing medium is sticky for sure. Thank you. Yeah, I think he's following Olaf around right now. Yeah. Oh no! Did you send it back, Lee? If you contact Liquitex when you get a bloppy paint, they'll replace it for you. I don't know, Deb, man. I tend to overload my brush too, especially when I'm using matte medium. The gunkier, the better. So there's a lot of mediums. Matte medium is really the only one I like. You can try and use gloss medium. I think gloss medium is sticky. You can try and use slow dry blending medium. I think that one's straight up gummy. I don't like it at all. You can try and just do it without it. It's not required. Yeah, Cindy, I can understand that. And then it kind of pulls and lifts the paint off. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's, I don't know. I wish that we could paint in person together, like during these things, be like, all right, everybody sit down and show me why your matte medium is gunky. Let's figure this out. It's hard to know, when we're just talking, especially since I've never experienced it. Oh no, 10. And Mr. Moon is scratching on the couch because I can't go yell at him because he's a jerk. I'm not into declawing cats, but when he starts scratching on my furniture, I really wish I were. And he has the sharpest claws in the whole universe. Alright. I'll show you next week. I'm not done editing, so I don't even have a photo of it. Don't rush me, Deb. So I don't even have a photo. All I have is my canvas here. So just white, no underpainting, no fancy gesso or anything. So I don't know where you can see it. Can you see it okay? Okay, so that's next week. Hopefully I'll get a photo of it soon. So it is from a Pixabay photo. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. It's been like on their front page forever. So hopefully someone else hasn't already done it. But yeah. So that's next week. And yes, I did grid just the flower. Yes, you can print it out and trace it if you want. I will have the grid for you though. Yeah, Gretchen, exactly. That little Instagram post where I was developing colors for my painting. It was for this one. That was all the practicing I had done on this one until yesterday when I started painting it. So speaking of Instagram and my colors, sorry guys, my throat's really starting to hurt. Michelle, I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary in the palette. Let me finish my thought before I completely lose it, and then I'll tell you. So on Instagram, there is a new feature called IGTV. It's Instagram television. It's pretty simple. IGTV. You don't have to download another app. You don't have to go searching for it. If you follow me on Instagram, you automatically follow my IGTV feed. The only thing is you have to go to my Instagram page to get it. Like, it won't show up in your feed. But I'll make like an Instagram post that says, new on my IGTV. And you just click to my page and click the IGTV. But what it is, on Instagram, I can upload videos up to 1 minute long. On IGTV, I can upload videos up to an hour long. So I'm going to do things on IGTV that I don't do on YouTube that I don't feel like would be well received on YouTube. I do have to kind of be a little bit aware of that. You know, if I know that you guys want informational videos, but they don't do very well. I can do an informational video and people are like, I just want to paint a pretty thing, you know. And that affects my overall numbers. It affects the performance of my channel. So I'm going to take things like that and put them on IGTV. That's really hard to say. They could have come up with a better name than that. IGTV. So I'm going to make a little video kind of talking about how I go about picking colors. Bye, Tan! How I go about picking colors for a painting. And I'm going to be using this one as the example for that. So you'll get to see kind of my color development process. Why I picked phthalo blue for the water rather than ultramarine or rather than cobalt. Why I picked, you know, the colors, all of the colors that I did. So I really have to get the video done editing first, and I'm nowhere near done. And then I have to film that, and I have to try and get it all done before tomorrow night. So, yeah. So it's gonna be a very busy 48 hours. Oh no, Jennifer. Well, hopefully this helps. You're over gridding, Debbie? Oh, do it as simple as possible. Everything else you can look at your photo and then paint it in after. Yeah, I'm so behind on chat again. Okay. Somebody asked for, was it Michelle? Somebody asked for the color palette. So I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary in here. We have white. It's a large color palette. White, cad yellow medium, yellow oxide, burnt sienna. That's not a color we use a ton of. So burnt sienna, burnt umber. I told you it's a big color palette, especially for me. Phthalo blue, quinacridone magenta, cad red medium, and Payne's gray. So it's a large color palette, but the brushes I used, just use my 1/2" filbert, 5/8 inch angle. I used both my good and my bad number 8 filberts. And a number 5 round. So fairly simple on the brushes. Yeah, Sherelle. Yes. You just want to make sure that it's not enclosed, you know, so if it's like a canvas, I wouldn't frame it. Yeah, just make sure that you varnish the front and the edges. You don't have to do anything to the back. Yeah, it should be fine. Pat, you know, I think I used a regular canvas this time because I've used the canvas pad for the last couple of times. I was gonna use the black canvas pad on the rose, but it was too hard to grid with, you know, with my easel getting in the way of the ruler with the canvas pad. Otherwise, I was going to use the black canvas pad there. And it's been a little while since I used a white canvas. So, just thought I'd mix it up a little. I have a lot of both. You can see my stacko canvases right here. I only have one black canvas left. But I have a whole black pad of canvas paper. So, and they'll send me more. So, that's exciting. Except for my white, Michelle. I'm pretty much using all heavy body at this point except for black and white. But again, it doesn't matter except for your cadmiums. Those are the only ones I recommend that you use in nothing but heavy body. Everything else you can use, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yes, Cindy, all of the colors except green. No green. You know me and tube green. You know, Sue, halfway through the painting, I was kind of wishing I had done an underpainting. That's a really hard thing to say, because if the whole thing were this color, like this bottom part of the painting, I would do an underpainting in quinacridone. But I don't want quinacridone under this because it's a really delicate color system, and a lot of these colors are really translucent, transparent. So I would have wanted maybe a yellow ochre, yellow oxide underpainting here, but I wouldn't want that color here. So that's why I didn't underpaint this one, because I was like, yeah. So whatever makes sense to you. Which new color, Michelle? Oh, cat yellow. Yep, get all of the cadmiums. Load up on the heavy body cadmiums. Oh, I wanted to show you Mona. I might have to show you in my camera. So some of you have seen this, some of you haven't. I only got to work on it for about I might have painted on it for 2 days. I think it was only 1 day, and it was last week. Yeah, so here's my Mona so far. Yay, just kind of working on the background right now. So I know my colors are super bright compared to the original because it's got a lot of patina on it, the original. So once I'm done, I've kind of altered my colors with that in mind. Once I'm done, I'm going to glaze the whole thing with like some yellow oxide or something, because the sky and everything is very yellow in the original from age. So I want to show you, I gridded this, you know, all in, it's a 1-inch grid until I got to the face. That is a 1/2-inch grid. And her hands, also a 1/2-inch grid. So that's it. So that's Mona. Oh, I wanted to show you the one part I was really proud of. It's not done. I want to punch it a little bit more, even though I don't know. The original, it's pretty subtle. I never even noticed it until I started painting it. But I really like it, so now I want to kind of punch that part. I don't know if you've ever noticed that right back here in the painting, there's like a bridge. There's like a whole bunch of stuff going on back here. So there's like a little bridge type thing there. There's like a little road, which I've only just started. It looks like junk, I know. But yeah, there's a lot going on in the background of the Mona Lisa. I never noticed. But so I really want to kind of punch the shadows and the highlights on that bridge. Even though it'll probably take away from her, because then you'll be like, hey, that bridge looks super awesome. Oh yeah, hang on. Oh, burnt sienna, Michelle. I don't think it. I mean, if you're really looking for an excuse to buy it in heavy body, go for it. But it doesn't matter. If you want to use the basics, it's fine. Mona's just for me. Oh, you guys are sweet. Yeah, so you can do that. They're not the colors that I would pick, but that doesn't mean that they're wrong. Oh no, Jennifer. No, no, no. The background is very easy. It's very loose. It's very interpretive. Yeah, she's going to be the hardest part. I'm sure that I'll get the background. I'll be like, yes, I am amazing. And then I'll start on her and I'll be like, on something else. I could always do a painting of just a bridge. Deb, it's funny you say that because I thought about that and I was like, I'm going to go look at pictures of bridges. Maybe I'll just paint a whole bridge. And then I saw like big pictures of bridges and I was like, that looks like too much work. No, I like bridges, but I was like, so many straight lines. That one I could just be like, oh, it's not straight. So, but like a bridge like that, it's like breaking out the ruler. And, if it's even a tiny bit off, the whole universe knows, and you get YouTube comment after YouTube comment about, this is great, but your bridge is crooked. Anyway. Yeah, I don't have anything else to tell. Oh, I do have something to tell you guys. I'm excited about it. So there's Mr. Moon again. So, I have a good friend named Will, and he is an incredible artist. He's a tattoo artist. He's actually done, I would say at this point, most of my tattoos. But he paints, and he does such beautiful work. So next week, I'm actually going to his studio, which is so beautiful. And I know when you think of like tattoo parlor, you get an idea in your head. That is not. You should go look up, if you're interested, go look him up on Facebook. It's Black Salt Studio, and black is spelled fancy. It's ELAQUE. So I'm going to his studio on Friday next week, and we've picked an image, and we are each going to paint the image on a smaller scale because I don't need another 8-hour video. We're each going to paint the same image and just kind of see how we do it different. His will be 10 times better than mine because he's incredible. But we're each, you know, doing it our own way, and we're not talking about, you know, I'm using this color, I'm going to use this technique. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And we'll just have like little overhead dual shots so you can see how we're both doing it. So I don't know when that video will come out. I don't know if that'll be next week's video. But yeah, I'm excited about that. So you should go check him out. I'll put it in chat. It's Black Salt Studio. Yeah, his place is beautiful. Those of you who like dark art, you will absolutely fall head over heels for his art. Those of you who don't like the darker stuff, you probably won't like it. But the image that we picked is not dark. It fits in very nicely with kind of our whole thing that we've got going on so far this year. So, oh, he's incredibly talented. Yeah, he's wonderful. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited. That's all I had to tell you about. You guys, I can't believe that you guys don't have like all kinds of questions about the rose. I thought that there would be people like screaming and running for the hills on parts, especially since I got comments on YouTube. This isn't for beginners. Well, I think it is. But maybe I don't know. Sorry, hang on a second. My throat is so dry and itchy. No, Michelle, they're not terribly long. Like, my biggest one from him is probably about like this, and it's quite detailed, and it only took about 3 hours or so. Not too bad. Exactly, Deb. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Thank you. It is funny though. You guys have seen me when we're doing like our live directeds, or when I'm doing demos, and I'm like doing like this, where I'm watching on the screen, or I'm looking over here and I'm talking to you, and you know, not looking at what I'm painting. So he does that when he's tattooing, which is kind of scary. I'll be talking to him and he's all like this, and he's all, I'm like, stop looking at me. Yeah, he only does appointment, and he always works me in as you know, we're good pals. So when I need an appointment, he squeezes me in. But I talked to him last month, and he said that he was booked out through May. So yeah. Christine, you know, the reds, neither of them are very dark. I would say, hello, by the way, I didn't see you come in. The quinacridone is maybe just a little darker than the red. I did the shadow pretty much. I guess I didn't do it last, huh? I did the shadow and then I did the highlight. So I did like my mid-tone, my shadow, then my highlight. But whatever makes the most sense to you and whatever's the easiest for you. I think everybody pretty much does that different. Exactly, Jennifer. He's the best. Do you guys have anything else that you want to talk about? And, you know, I feel like we don't really need to watch the video because you guys are awesome. But if you need some... Oh, what Sue was asking a question. Sue, are you still here? What was your question that you asked on Patreon? Oh, you didn't like how bright the red was? You guys are so sweet. What was your, Oh, I'll go check, Lee. Like I said, I haven't been on Instagram for a few days. Because when I get on Instagram, I kind of go down a hole. And when I get on Instagram, I'm there for a while. So I had to actively avoid Instagram so that I could get work done. Sue was asking something about, you know, value and shades versus tones. Did you see the video that I made, Sue? Let me see if I can find it real quick. So during our 30 days, I actually made a video where we go over all of that. Let's see. Is that it? Hang on one sec, guys. I'm watching my own videos. Okay, yeah. This is the video that you want, Sue. I'm going to post it in chat. Hopefully I don't get banned from my own chat for posting links. That did happen before. Oh, you did watch it earlier. Okay. Do you still have questions about that? What questions do you have about those concepts still? We can take a little bit of time and go over it. That's good information, actually. If you guys haven't seen that, video, that's an interesting concept, and I will touch on some of those concepts a little when I make the IGTV video about how I chose these colors. So hopefully that will give you, you know, kind of the opportunity to see those concepts in action. Most of them anyway. Some of them I won't be really focusing on too much, but yeah, value maps. I've done a little bit. We talked about value maps, like just what in passing really quick one time. But yeah, value maps are really helpful. That's okay, Sue. That's why it's there, so you can watch it any old time. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions, then nothing pressing that you need. I think I told you everything I needed to tell you. Again, if you're not following me on Instagram, do so, because IGTV is going to be, that's going to be some fun stuff. There's going to be some fun things there. And as soon as I can get this video done, and I'm hoping I'll have 3 seconds of breathing room. Or maybe I can do that purple rose for you guys. So, good, Gretchen. I like to hear that. So, alright, guys. Oh, no, there's no rest, Michelle, but I appreciate it. I will be editing and working probably later than normal tonight. So, am I gonna come back to my forum? I really need to. I know I do. I just, you know, I just find that social media just turns into this rabbit hole that I don't know if it's just that I don't manage my time well when I get into social media or what it is. But like I said, I haven't even been on Instagram this week, and Instagram should be a quick thing, and I'm pretty sure I hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, and I should have made a post for that, but I didn't. Anyway, so, okay, well, I hope that you all have a good night, and I will get all the stuff that you need for this painting out to you in the next couple of days. So, everybody sleep well, don't get sick. Mixing Monday will be a combination of Mixing Monday and this. It'll probably just be an advertisement for this, since this is color mixing. The color mixing thing. So, alright you guys, I will talk to you all soon. Love you all. Bye.